Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to issue 2.1, sort of the superhero news roundup. My name is Travis Snail, and I say 2.1 because this is something that's going to be featured in episode 2 when it's like all put together. So I've said before that there's going to be some videos on YouTube, and then the podcast form that all put together. So the YouTube videos will be 2.1, 2.2. Those will be all in the same week for podcast listeners. It's just episode issue 2, whatever it is. So today this is just a quick video. I'm doing a preview of because the superhero news roundup, when it's going to come a few more weeks, Comic-Con's coming up, so I'm going to put the episode closer then. There's a couple news items I want to talk about, but I'm going to save those for the superhero news roundup because it seems like stuff like, oh, we have a Green Lantern director, and then 3 hours later it's like, we might not. So good thing is I'm going to wait on that one. So this is just a preview of a segment that is going to be on the show. So the next superhero news roundup is going to have this, and it's going to have another trailer retrospective reaction. I've talked about this on the episode, and you can go back and listen to the superhero news roundup debut episode. It's somewhere back there. Maybe, you know what? Boom. I'm putting it up there right fucking now. I talked about one thing is me and Dylan and Kyle, we do the Spider-Man retrospective show, which is great looking back on the Spider-Man animated show and the TV series. And this is kind of a double spin-off from that, because not only will I be looking back at trailers, like I told the origin, I'll tell again, me and Dylan were talking during that cast, and I said, oh, that shot in Spider-Man 3 when the ring falls out of Peter's hand and he grabs it and he tries to get it. I said, oh, I remember seeing that in the trailer so many times. And I was like, wow, you remember them? I'm like, yeah, I do. So my idea was, I love trailers, and I've talked about this many times. Me and Liam thought about doing something similar in the past, but he left and it kind of fell through. But trailers are an art form. Trailers are a great mini movie that set the stage. Oh, of course, Taylor Field would text me in the middle of a fucking podcast, Anyways, they set the stage for the movie. And the thing is, we talked about this on Geek First Cast a long time ago about how they can show too much or show too little, or give too much plot away, or give too many jokes away, this and that. There's kind of a masterful art form to a trailer. And that's what I'm going to be talking about a little bit, but more importantly, I'm going to be watching and reacting it. It's not a huge reaction. You're going to be getting these shock reactions because I've seen these scenes before. And it's just something, usually I'm going to pick a trailer that is tying to news happening right now or release. Like tomorrow, check it out, live on Geek First, we're reviewing Spider-Man Homecoming. And that's what this is obviously, okay, let's watch the trailer for the very first Spider-Man movie and see what it was like, and let's watch together. Because I think lots of times you watch trailers, and unless it's a blowout trailer like a Logan or something like that, you don't remember it, and then when you go back and watch them, you're kind of like, this is not how I remember it. So I'm going to watch, I'm not sure how many there is of the Spider-Man ones. I'm going to watch as many as there were released that were like Sony official. I don't want to watch like a TV spot, this or that. The only one I'm not watching is because I remember it bright as day is the Two Towers one, and that's not to be like offensive. It's just that talking about Logan, that's one of the best trailers ever. That is set the stage so much. That is a trailer I remember I saw that as a kid, and I remember I think this was back in the day of LimeWire or something like that. Like I think when trailers weren't being put on websites or YouTube. There wasn't even a YouTube when this movie came out, so it was one of those things. It was still in the age where you had to go and watch a movie to see the trailer. And I remember my dad had LimeWire. The trailer went up there. He's like, oh look, this is like, there's a Spider-Man trailer. He had downloaded it, and I remember watching it and just thinking it was so cool. And it's such a shame, honestly, for 9/11, but just for this, it's a trailer that doesn't get talked about that much. And I'm not going to react to, because that I know. I want to watch trailers that I don't remember. I just remember the little things about. So, but that trailer, go watch it. If you've never seen it, put in Spider-Man original or Spider-Man 2002 Two Towers trailer. It's great. These guys are robbing a bank. They get in a helicopter. They go up. All of a sudden, the helicopter's like moving back and forth. They look outside, and they're webbed up in the Two Towers. All webs there, and it's caught. It's really cool. And then it's just like a shot of Spider-Man, and the song they use, I can't remember what it was. It's a song I think that's used in The Matrix, but it's really like kick-ass, really rock and roll. So great trailer. I don't know what this is. The only thing I remember is that shot of like Aunt May and Mary Jane walking into Peter's bedroom, and they're like, Peter, and he like does the look, and then like that's all I remember. I remember that being the big selling point. Like, oh, they almost found out who Peter was. So I'm gonna watch at least. I always watch at least one. If there's double, then I'll watch more of them. But like sometimes I don't know which ones are official. So if I watch one, honestly, that is not official or maybe just a TV spot and I didn't know, you'll never see it. So let's watch this. Let's see. I'm excited, and I'm gonna put it up in the corner. It's just going to be like trailer reaction, but it's going to be very, very minor. And this is going to be, like I said, this won't be its own video all the time. This is going to be a segment in a show. So this is not going to be, it'll be more flow well in the show when it's another segment in a 2-hour show. So let's do this. Let's watch Spider-Man 2002 trailer and see what I can remember from this bad boy.
Who am I? You sure you want to know? Somebody told you I was just
a lot of
your
quick
average
shots.
ordinary guy, not a care in the world.
I remember this trailer narration.
Somebody lied.
I remember that. Okay.
Truth is, it wasn't always like this. There was a time when life was a lot less complicated.
So he has separate narration for. I'm going to pause it right now. He has separate narration for the trailer. I'm pretty sure, unless that's unused dialogue from the movie, but. Yeah, I don't recall that being in the movie. Lots of quick shots. I like that. So it's setting up Peter Parker.
We have 15 genetically enhanced super spiders. There's 14. One's missing.
Oh, one's missing. Very 2000s, like the music and everything.
I'm fine.
Dolby.
Look, you're changing. I know I'm gonna do exactly the
This
same.
is a good trailer. I like the tone. I like the vibe. They're
Not exactly.
really showing the movie for almost beat for beat. It's funny, back then we didn't talk about it, but like...
Wow.
No, yeah, how's the villain?
My father, Norman Osborn.
Great honor to meet you, sir. Harry tells me you're quite the science whiz.
Okay.
You know, I'm something of a scientist myself.
Then to be honest, this is just pretty much the first like 10 minutes of the movie. It does happen pretty fast, so... Okay, show the big action set piece.
Somebody has to stop it.
2 different scenes spliced together.
Comes great responsibility.
Okay.
My gift.
They drop that in the trailer.
Who are you?
Who am I? I'm Spider-Man.
Good action shot. May 3rd. I like the intensity music they're using here.
Do I get to say thank you this time?
They showed a lot. They showed the kid didn't say it, they showed Jonah. So back in the day, if you were like pausing this and like looking at it, weird like opera music now. Very intense.
You do too much. You're not Superman, you know.
That face. Boy. Okay, so that is, let's talk about that trailer. I really liked that trailer. It's funny, I liked the tone. It was a good setup of a regular day, and then he gets the powers and everything like that. The main thing I take away from this, and this was what I wanted to go back and watch them, because I remember the second came in of that narration, you think you know who I am and everything like that, but they show a lot of stuff. They show MJ being and Peter kissing. They show Aunt May in the hospital and her like the house exploding. They show J. Jonah Jameson. They show the kiss, like there's the kiss of her and Peter, but then there's the kiss of Spider-Man. They show Oscorp's origins. They show the origins of Spider-Man. They show the scene where he saves the kid. They show a lot in that trailer. This is a trailer that I guess here's the difference. So I was gonna say, at least still watching it back, but it probably wouldn't because the stage pretty well. Like the movie goes, you know, you meet Peter, Spider-Man origin, Green Goblin origin, action, romance, and that's very like toned down. Like that's very, very compact what I just did. But that trailer does the same thing. It's like you meet Peter, you see Spider-Man's origin, you see the Goblin's origin, and you see a lot of action that happens. But the trailer is good because it doesn't reveal too much. It does, but not in the sense of hey, these are the story beats. We always use the example, but a BVS second trailer of like, okay, they're going to start off at odds. They're going to find out Lex is doing this. Oh, and this is Doomsday. This is why they team up. And oh, look, we saw Wonder Woman came in for the save. We see a lot of huge moments. Like, a lot. Like, if you were to look at the top 10 moments in the Spider-Man movie, they've shown probably about 7 or 8 of them, but the thing is they're all scrambled up, they're all edited very quickly, and if you think back in the day, this is where you talk about, like, myself or other people, like, watching it and being like, oh, like, pausing it, oh, what's that scene? Like, you'll get fucking BuzzFeed and IGN articles of, like, the 10 things you missed in a trailer. If you see that in a theater, especially back then, that's going to blow past you so fast, and that's going to be like, oh my god, just a Spider-Man movie, and you're not going to realize any of that. So that was fun to watch that. So yeah, let me know, what did you think about that? What did you think about that original Spider-Man trailer? Like I said, if I'm going to do a lot on this show, a lot of these series every month or two, no, actually it's just going to be once a month, but every month I'm going to be watching an old trailer. Let me know what you thought below about this trailer. Did you remember it? Were you even alive when this trailer came out? Did you like it? I don't know. Do you think it's a bad trailer? We can talk about that, but just wanted to try this out, give you guys a taste of what's going to be happening. Few more weeks, Superhero News Roundup is going to be back. We're going to be talking a lot of stuff. We're going to be talking about Comic-Con predictions. We're going to talk about DC and Marvel. We're going to talk about who could play Carnage. We're going to talk about maybe, hopefully, in a few weeks, we have a Green Lantern director, like this news is speculating. Who knows? Thank you very much for tuning in. I promise you will not be boring. Check out our Spider-Man review this Thursday. Actually,